Hello.
Welcome. Sip Happens, episode 30.
I'm coming to you from a very snowy snow day. You have a snow day right now, too.
We are both squeezing this into a snow day. Woke up to no snow on the ground, no snow even falling, and calls from the whole town canceling all the things because of the
I,
anticipated snow.
yeah, but I feel like I was watching the news this morning. Northern New Jersey is actually like in a state of emergency because of like sleet and ice. Are you considered
Being
Northern
in
New
North
Jersey?
Jersey right now, I can look
Yeah.
out the window and confirm we're good. We're good.
Okay.
There's snow, maybe an inch. I think the concern is that it's all supposed to turn to ice
Yeah. Yeah.
later, like the commute home timeline, because it's chilly out. But of course, we are currently in the midst of day 2 of HVAC being in our home. They were here yesterday to set up heat, which was perfect timing because we've been like between heater. It's like, when you're trying to like fancy pitch yourself when you're unemployed and you say, oh, I'm between jobs. We've been between heat sources since last summer. The whole town converted to natural gas and they came and took out our oil tank, but then I don't even remember what the delay was. So we had space heaters all last winter and got started this season with
You got
space
by.
heaters
You got by your entire house all last winter on space heaters.
and fireplace. It was
You also
not fun.
have you also have like a cozy nookie home.
We do.
You
The
know.
problem, though, is that we're on the lake and it's so drafty. And not that, again, I would never complain. It's not a complaint. I would take living on a drafty lake any day over being, somewhere else. But it's so, so windy. And so it's tough for anything to keep up with just the draft that's coming off
Yeah.
the lake
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
winter. But we got heat set up yesterday, just in time for the nor'easter that is not. And now they're setting up AC and whatever else HVAC people set
Everything.
up. So,
I think we're actually getting a bit of a nor'east. I mean, we're like 2 hours north of you, but the Catskills will get 2 feet, and we're, like, at the foothills of the Catskills. We're going on about 8 inches right now. 8 inches have
wow,
fallen.
that's
It's 11.
legit.
I know. It's 11:40, middle of the day, sneaking in this taping. Um, Woke up to nothing, and we have, like, 7, 8 inches now, which is it's coming down. But UPS is still delivering. FedEx is still
Great.
delivering. Bless
Yeah,
their
I was
hearts.
impressed that our
I
HVAC team
know.
showed up. I was like, all right, thanks. Do your thing. Do you guys need cocoa? Do you need
Um
coffee?
Okay, Thanksgiving. We haven't talked. Success. How was your gluten-free,
You know
non-tofu
what?
eating
It
vegetarians?
went well. It went really well. I didn't realize I had put so much thought into the menu that I didn't realize the entire menu was gluten-free. I managed to put out an entire gluten-free spread. We had a additional crew of extended family over during the apps portion of the holiday, and that wasn't fully gluten-free, but the meal itself was gluten-free and delicious. It was great, and we've
Like,
been
did you
eating
just
leftovers still.
use gluten-free, like, cornbread, or did you just avoid a lot of
No, we did a
ready
gluten-free
pastas?
stuffing.
Yeah.
Instead of like a pasta dish, I did a risotto, so that
Mm.
was
Mhm.
gluten-free. We did like a
Mhm.
pumpkin goat cheese risotto,
Mm.
and my
That sounds really
mother-in-law
good.
made gluten-free biscuits, so it was just
Great.
kind of perfect.
Great.
Crustless cheesecakes for dessert. So gluten-free
Hmm.
little cheesecake bites.
Yeah, I have to say the graham cracker of the graham cracker crust of a cheesecake really adds something. Yeah, I feel like you really miss I don't know, because like,
I
otherwise you
don't
just have
feel like I was missing out on anything
okay.
because by then I'd eaten so much that I was like, I'm okay with this. But it went well. It went well. How
Good.
was your giant
Hosted
festival of
honestly,
people?
we were joking that's, like, the first annual because we had 15 people. It was civil, it was amazing. I think I have to say, patting ourselves on the back, like, the food was a hit.
Great.
We smoked a turkey, we had salmon, we had jumbo shrimp cocktail, 3 different stuffings,
Amazing.
vegetable it was very great. Tons of sparkling wine and
Of
champagne,
course.
fire, 6 different pies, and our dinner was if yours was majority gluten-free, ours was, I'd say, like, 90% vegan, which was
Wow.
sounds like
Intentionally?
yeah, because our friends Jane and Brent were here with their girls, and they're all vegan, so no
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
dairy, but they eat salmon and eggs, which saves them because it just would be really tough.
That's very helpful. Yeah.
But it was great. So, like, the most un-vegan thing we had was a turkey, and everything else, honestly, I was cooking with all dairy-free butters and substitutes, and you really could not tell. So, it
Yeah,
was great. Yeah,
that's awesome.
it was really good.
Wow.
Really good weekend. Chris was in, my brother.
Yep.
But no, it was a really great weekend with, knock on wood, no drama. And I can say with certainty that if I was back in Chicago with my other family, my
Would have not
immediate
have been
family,
able to report the same.
I would not have reported the same. It would have been lovely in other ways, but there would have been something. There will
Wow.
be something on Christmas, so tune in
We've got
for
that to
those
look forward
dynamics.
to.
I always compare the dynamics, and this is like an awful comparison, but you never saw the bear.
Yeah, I
I
did.
cannot bel
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
you did
yeah.
see the bear.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Someone didn't see it who was like, "How have you not seen the bear
No,
yet?"
I just hadn't watched the most recent season when it
Season,
came out, but
okay.
I have caught up on everything.
I also haven't seen the recent season, but I was gonna refer to the infamous 7
Yeah.
Fishes dinner on Christmas Eve, and I said that feels like sometimes my family dynamic. That's extreme. There's no cars running through homes, but,
Yeah.
you know,
Just that
I
level
love
of
them.
energy and chaos.
Yeah, just
And the
dysfunction.
Chicago
And
part of
everything,
it,
yeah.
it
Yeah,
adds to the
yeah,
element.
yeah.
The day after Thanksgiving, drove to Maryland to visit my sister and her family for my niece/goddaughters. I always feel like I don't know which of those titles is priority because I kinda feel like godmother is the priority because she only has one of those, but she has many aunts, and I am the only godmother, so I always feel like I have to mention that both. But it was her birthday, so the day after Thanksgiving, we drove to Maryland to see their family and do birthday stuff with them, and I got to hear tales of their Thanksgiving feasts and tales of my family down in Atlanta, and both of them had 2 failed turkeys. And I was so proud that our Crockpot turkey was just the easiest,
Oh,
most simple
crock
success.
pot turkey, tell
Crockpot
me.
turkey, not the full turkey, like breasts, legs, drumsticks, the whole shenanigan. Just a big 3-pound turkey breast,
Okay.
butter and herbs,
Yeah.
some broth in the bottom, and a sweet onion in the bottom. Leave it for 6 hours. Delightful.
Honestly, I never would have thought of a slow cooker turkey, but I do slow cooker chicken all the time, so of course,
Foolproof.
why
It
not?
was so easy, and then I didn't have to worry about, like, timing in the oven and taking up space and, working out a
Totally.
schedule.
Yep.
It
Yep.
was lovely. Lovely. So, I
That's
was very
actually a
proud of
really
that.
good call. So, I meant to text you, but I wanna save it for this. And we can bleep this out. The service dog, Milo's service dog,
Yes.
what I was gonna ask you was the
My
was
nephew. Yeah.
Stephanie's nephew. We can get into context, but I watched a Netflix documentary, and it was all about, is it called Constant Companions?
Canine
Is
Companions?
Yeah, is that the
Yeah.
company? Okay, interesting. So Max and I watched this entire Netflix documentary called The Brain of a Dog, and it was all about how you are training dogs to be service dogs and service animals. And it was a whole feature on that company and program. And halfway
Interesting.
through, I was like, wait a minute. This is
This
the
sounds
same.
familiar.
This sounds familiar. Okay, so I wanted to confirm. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
My nephew with severe special needs, is currently on the list for a service dog and went through a not successful pairing with another service dog. So we actually, when we visited them, it was a little tough. We brought Lucy, our dog, and it was nice for them to have dog energy in the house again. But they also were like, do you want this food that we have? Do you want these treats? Do you want this jacket we got they were just prepared to have this dog in their house.
will
But
they go with a different organization to place the dog? To find to
to
match
find a new
Milo?
match for
Yeah,
Milo,
yeah,
that's the plan. That
yes,
is the
okay,
plan.
yes. But I was
But
just hearing those too, I was like,
in the meantime, they were
interesting."
so excited to see Lucy, and she had a great time there. It was a little, stressful, overwhelming for Lucy, the dog, because it was also as I mentioned, my goddaughter/niece's, birthday, so there were 24 6 and 7-year-olds at the house for a K-pop Demon Hunters birthday party, and my dog is used to my 4-year-old and 2-year-old, which is also a level of chaos, but a very different level of chaos than a K-pop Demon Hunters birthday party for a
Do you
7-year-old.
know all of the lyrics to Golden?
We haven't even seen the movie. in our household. Uh-huh.
I know. I mean, it's like I run to the K-pop Demon Hunter
We
soundtrack. It
haven't we
is
haven't gotten on the train.
genuinely good music. It's solid. I
I
mean,
mean, I get that.
yeah.
It's everywhere. It's topped
Mhm.
all the charts. It's
Yep.
obviously taken off, but
It's a
we
little
just
old. It's
haven't.
an older, like,
Yeah, I
teen,
think
it's a
our
little more
kids are a little
teen. Yeah.
younger. Our
Yeah.
daughter was trying to get into it and was so excited and kept telling us how excited she was about cake pop demers.
Oh my
So she
gosh,
tried.
Emmy,
She really tried, but
Miss Emerson.
we didn't quite get there. Yeah, but it was great. They had a hair station. They had a tattoo station. I was doing the tattoos because that was as a 9-month pregnant woman, they were like, here, sit here and just put water on people's arms and body parts. So I did the temporary tattoos. And I was informed by the kids at the party while I was doing these tattoos that they were the demon marks. They were like purple lightning
Oh,
bolt
okay.
looking things. So
Okay.
I was making just a bunch of demons.
Great.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what else. Have you seen anything good on social?
I did.
Do you have anything on your list?
I do.
Tell me.
And I'm sure you've seen this as well. Have you seen that they're trying to class up travel? That they don't want
No.
us wearing pajamas and, like, workout attire on planes anymore? They wanna go back
Okay.
to
Sure.
back in the
Okay.
day when we first started
Yeah.
plane travel
Try.
and everyone was wearing, like, suits and business attire.
That sounds uncomfortable. I mean, I do agree that you don't have to completely look like some people do travel and it's like you look like a total slob, like sandal. I don't know. Like
I'm not a fan of
I would
open toes on
no,
planes, on public
no,
spaces in general. I agree with
no.
that, but
But you should be
there's a
comfortable.
way to dress
Comfortable.
comfortable. You
Sure.
don't have to, like,
Sure.
for me, the old school travel attire does it looks stiff and not comfortable. I'm not a fan
No,
of it.
I mean, you could easily wear cozy lounge pants with a nice sweater, and you're traveling with kids, so it needs to be like all black. Who cares? But how are they going to enforce that? Do you get like perks?
No one knows. No one knows. This is from the current administration that this is coming out. So I
Oh,
will
oh.
see. We will all see how they
So the
are
Trump
able to.
administration is encouraging people to dress
The
nicer on
transportation
planes.
secretary said that he
So that
wants.
probably should not be the concern. Maybe they should figure out what's happening with the FAA and
No,
all
no,
of the
no.
flight.
This is the priority. This is the
Okay.
priority, as it should be.
Okay.
I mean, it's very important that we stop
Well,
wearing sweatpants on planes.
yeah, you should not be comfortable. You should be
God
only in your
forbid.
Brooks Brothers. No,
God
no,
forbid.
no comfort.
As someone whose body is very different from her normal size right now, I will very proudly say sweatpants are all that fits me right now. And if I were to fly, I would be wearing
My
sweatpants. When I
gosh.
am in a car when traveling, I'm wearing sweatpants. So,
I don't know. I just also looked at the date of December 2nd, and you are weeks,
mhm,
weeks away.
mhm,
About 2 weeks away, if not
mhm.
sooner. Holy.
Baby's
Okay.
coming.
Yep. So what I saw on social, and I brought some props for you, is Reese Witherspoon announced in her book club that my favorite book of the year, Wild
Wild Dark Shore,
by
a
Charlotte,
novel.
a novel by Charlotte McConaughey.
Charlotte McConaughey.
This is like literally, this is one of the best books I've read this year, so much so that I pulled it off from my shelf to show you.
Thank you so much.
And I feel like such a, you know, curator because I read this months ago and then she selected it for her November pick. Anyway,
Oh, you're
since I was
so
about to blow
trendy.
up, definitely, I don't know. You will not have time to like read or listen to it, but for anyone who's looking,
What is
and
it?
that,
Mystery? Is it drama? Is it
so, and this is her other book. So it all takes place, like all of her books, this author, Charlotte McConaughey, all of her books take place with some sort of in nature. And this particular is kind of set into the future. And there's a family living on a deserted island. They're trying to protect the seed bank, and the seed bank contains all of the world's most precious, seeds for growing crops, for making food. It's plants, it's flowers, because the world is melting because of climate change and whatever. And so it all takes place on this island, and there's a mystery and there's a thriller, and it is just the most beautiful writing. I fell in love with the characters. I don't cry often. I was crying at the end of this book, which is like,
Ow.
yeah, yeah.
Book crying
So
is a rare cry.
book cry is a rare cry. Yes, I cried in that. I cried in. There's another book. Yeah, a couple other ones, but read it. I had to bring it out
Okay.
here because I was like, I felt so seen this morning. I opened up
Yeah.
Instagram and Reese is singing this book's praises. And I was
You're
like,
like,
oh,
"Yeah, can vouch for this book."
that was my book. I should be part of your team.
That's
And
amazing.
so, and I'll give one more
Um,
shout out. They also have to read this book, Lady Tan. So
Lady
it's
Tan's
Lady
Circle
Tan's
of
Circle of
Women.
Women.
Okay,
Yes. And so, complete opposite to Charlotte McConaughey. This is literally a book set in like the 15th century Ming Dynasty in China. And
wow.
it's like an incredible book about a female doctor and her life. So,
Great. These are
yeah.
a far reach from my smut, so I would love to
You're
class
fairy
up.
smut. Oh my
Yes,
God.
my super smutty smut. Have you seen our new Oura Ring feature that I'm now in love
Oh,
with?
tell me.
Sleep debt. It tracks
Oh,
your
yeah.
sleep debt,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that.
which now
How
I'm
much did,
obsessed with because I'm like, yeah, no wonder I'm so tired. So right now I'm okay. My sleep debt's like the first time I looked at it, it was 3.5 hours. And then I started taking it seriously. I was like, oh my gosh. And the next day it was 2.5 hours. I caught up a little bit. My husband's at 0, which I'm like, how? I'm assuming you're at 0. You're a fantastic sleeper.
I'm at 0 now, but when I first noticed the feature, I was not at 0. But it takes me, but I notice like, what I love about the Oura Ring though is I really am in tune with my body in ways that I've never been in. Like I notice with my cycle. So when I'm in my luteal phase, right
Yep.
before I get my period, I actually sleep really well. During like ovulation or follicular, when like my energy is higher, I'm a little bit more erratic. Um, yeah, so I notice.
It's
But I
interesting.
am
It's
a
just it's very and just the analytics and access to data about my own body is so interesting to me. So interesting. I mean,
yeah,
we've talked about this and I'm
yeah.
excited about having the same with the snoo for little baby, just being able to track the analytics and look at the patterns and things like that. It's so helpful.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm a huge, obviously, Aura fan. I've also noticed that my resting heart rate average has been increasing over the past month. Like, usually I have a really low resting heart rate. Like, when I'm sleeping, the lowest resting heart rate I usually would get down to would be like a 42, 43, 44, like pretty low. But it's been like in the 50s.
Interesting.
So I've noticed that, and I don't know, so it's like maybe hormonal shifts. And I don't know. Other than that, like that's been the biggest like benefit of Aura for me is sleep habits,
Mhm.
resting heart rate, learning more about how my body reacts at different phases of my cycle.
Yeah.
Um,
Mine
but
has
I've
been
never,
super
yeah,
helpful in the predictions, in giving me a heads up when I'm about to get sick, or even as we've spoken about at length, letting me know when I was pregnant before a positive pregnancy test. Like the way it's been able to predict things about my body before they come, so that I, someone who likes to have control and loves to be able to like
yeah.
prepare and not be surprised by things, am able to be like, oh, okay, good to know. Like, let's figure out what we need to do for whatever these major symptoms are that you've identified in my body.
But see, like that's actually been the one thing that's been a hindrance to me is I'll get your body showing minor signs of something and I'm like, well, I feel totally fine. And that will kind of fuck with my head. I'll be like, oh, well,
Interesting.
maybe I do feel something coming on. And sometimes the signs that it's predicting isn't actually sickness. It's because I've been like using the sauna more often or I've been doing hot
Yeah.
cold therapy with like cold plunging. So it's like
You've
those
changed your
types.
routine.
Yeah, so I think that's interesting. But my time is I'm gonna be needing to get a new one because the battery life
Mine
is
too.
like, yeah, I know. But
Mine too. I have to
I
charge
feel
it
like
every
you
3 days now.
Yeah, I have to charge it every 2 days probably. And they had these Black Friday deals. I should have done it. Oh, that was my other thing I was gonna ask you. What's your approach to anything? What did you see for Black Friday, Cyber Monday? Did you buy anything?
We're consuming nothing. We have
Yeah,
so
good,
much right
good.
now. I mean, you can kind of see the like tubs behind me there. So our house is just full of tubs because we've just taken all of the newborn stuff out of the attic. We're trying to figure out where to put all the things. It's impossible for me to think of purchasing anything right now, which I think is good because I don't need anything.
I
The
mean,
only
that's
things
great.
that we've been looking at are potentially a ring. We just spent a ton of money on a new HVAC system. Like we are just
Yeah.
not even looking at any Black Friday, Cyber Monday stuff.
I This is the first year I got 2 things. I got some sale of Vuori, which never goes on sale, so I took
Great.
advantage of that, and then Beyond Yoga. 2 things, just because I live in Beyond Yoga's, like, cozy sweatpants, and I got this
Yeah.
really cool puffer, and it was, like, 70% off. It's like, ugh, I mean, This
You
is stuff
had
I'm just
to.
gonna be wearing, like, every day.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, psychologically, it makes you think, like, "Oh, this deal is so great," or and, like, why am I continuing to, like, replenish things I'm continuing to give away? Like, I do not need that sweatshirt. I do not
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
Like, but again, the algorithm is so smart. It just keeps feeding you that you keep seeing it. You're like, "Oh, maybe I do need that Rosie Essling necklace." No,
Yeah.
no. So,
No, the thing so I actually did
that
just
was good.
purchase some stuff this morning. I purchased, a new Haakaa. Did you ever use the Haakaa breast pump?
Oh, no.
So, I use that religiously with both of the first 2 for breastfeeding. It kind of attaches to the boob that isn't feeding the baby to catch any drips and
Oh,
extra that
yeah.
come out.
Yeah, like the letdown. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I have had the same one since Emerson, and I was like, "You know what? Let's get a new one. I don't care how many times I've sterilized and cleaned this thing. It's time for a new Haakaa." So, I got a new Haakaa. Real treat yourself moment. And then, I decided I remembered after the last 2 babies how much I hated those hospital mesh underwear that you kind of,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
you, like, stack your ice cream sundae of a pad in there where it's like a full
See, I never
sundae
had
and
that.
you didn't. You did the full
No.
C-section. So it's a full, like, giant the largest pad you've ever seen,
Yeah.
witch hazel wipes, some numbing spray, like, it's a whole you literally make, like, a banana split. You, like, stack your layers of your sundae and then put it inside the mesh underwear, and then you just kinda slap it up on there. Wear it for a few days. Well, you change it, but you have to go through that process every time you change it. So I was like, "You know what? I'm getting some adult Depends. I am not
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
do the mesh undies. I'm gonna go to straight to the source." So I bought myself some adult Depends. Really excited about that this time around. These are the things that I'm purchasing for myself. This is the real, like, spoil myself, really treat myself moments. And then, you know what else I got?
Hemorrhoid cream?
I I mean, I might as well.
Add it.
But I didn't. I never had hemorrhoids with the past pregnancies,
You
past
never
deliveries.
pushed. So I,
So
like
you don't know. Yeah, you
I
didn't even
know.
that's not true. You pushed for a long time. It just ended up having to be a C-section. You did
Think
try.
so. Did I? You
You
probably.
you
I love
did
that you know. I love that you
you
know, that you remember.
yeah, because you were
I
going
think
for vaginal delivery, and then
yeah.
they had to do emergency
Oh, they
C-section when
did.
it wasn't working.
Thank
So
you for
you
remembering more
absolutely
about the birth
pushed
of
at
my
some
son than
point.
I do.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I also got myself there's no other way to say it. They're like pee pads. They're incontinence pads, usually for potty training or for pets. But when I start breastfeeding and my hormones, after I have the baby, I have had the worst night sweats. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't, like, I literally, postpartum, have had to sleep with changes of clothes next to my bed, towels. And I was like, I can't do that this time. I can't just sweat through everything. I have to change the sheets nightly. Like, that's just so much work. So I'm just getting some washable pee pads that I'm going to sleep on top of and see if that helps.
No, but you're still gonna sweat through your clothes.
I know, but I won't have to, like, I won't sweat through
Do
the
your sheets?
sheets. I won't have to change
Yeah,
the sheets
yeah,
every night. I won't, like,
yeah,
I was sleeping on
yeah,
towels. I'm
yeah.
hoping this solves the laundry problem. I'm still gonna sweat,
You just gave me a
absolutely.
good idea of what I can just send you. Well, I'll tell you right now. So off of Quince. So Quince is actually one of my new favorite sites. It's been around for a while. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
no new
I'm
news. It's
familiar.
like, it's less expensive Jenny Kane sweaters and basics. Anyways, I got a great pair of bamboo soft satin sheets for like $100. It's like my biggest thing. I love them. I love them more than like our very expensive fret sheets that I think are just a
Wow,
waste. Like who cares? Um, I'm gonna send you a pair and just
great.
an extra. Do you have a king or a queen?
We have a king.
Okay,
We have a king.
coming your way.
We literally just stripped the
Bamboo
flannel
sheets.
sheets off the bed this morning. I was like, "I can't do it anymore. I can't. This
Well,
the
that's gonna
flannel's
make you
too
sweat.
much."
Yeah.
Well, it was because we didn't have the heat in the house, so we were going full flannel. Now, the first night we had heat, I was like, "Spencer, get him off the bed. I'm sweating. This is too much." He's like, "You
Oh my
can't have
god.
it both ways." I was like, "I know I love the heat, but it's still." Anyway, so that's what I've been purchasing recently. Lots of things for the bodily fluids and body issues that I'm gonna be dealing with.
What's going to be your approach for breastfeeding? Are you going to do it in the hospital and then come home and transition?
The hope is that kid will latch. If he's on
Hmm.
board, I'm on board. We'll see. Although the past couple ultrasounds, we've gotten a preview of him. He's actually like suckling in there, practicing already. So I'm hopeful that he will latch. We'll see what happens. Um, so yeah, we'll try in the hospital, and hopefully he latches, and then we can just exclusively breastfeed. Because again, I work from home, so I have the option to do so. to kind of just be here all the time with him and feed him. And it's my
Yeah.
preferred method. If it doesn't work, our kids have had formula, our kids have had breast milk, our kids are fed and healthy and happy. So
Yeah.
whatever.
Can you believe that there are still I mean, I think everyone should do whatever they need to do. I mean, I breastfed a little bit and then had to go down to formula. But, like, what I was about to say is, can you believe that there are still unbelievable recalls of, like, lead in children's
It's
formula? Like,
awful,
how is this possible? Like,
awful.
of all things to have I think there's one that was supposed to be really good. I don't know. I'm so far removed from that now, but I don't know.
There was a shortage for a while ago. I remember, I think it was right after Emmy was born, but she was already old enough. But our nephew Shepherd, who's a few months younger than her, still needed formula, and there was a shortage because I remember we were running around looking for formula for our nephew because they couldn't find
Yeah,
any in Maryland. I mean, it's just
it's
awful.
crazy.
So hopefully we're good and can do breastfeeding, but we'll figure out a safe formula option if necessary. You know what
Well,
else?
coming
Speaking
soon.
of
Yeah.
shortages and random things I saw on social, I saw a chart that compared COVID cases and surges of COVID cases in the US with negative online reviews of Yankee candles of people saying they didn't have a smell. And it was hilarious. It was like every time there was a peak or a surge in COVID cases, the bad reviews for Yankee candles would go up of people complaining that their candle didn't have a smell.
Oh
And it
my
was just
god.
like such a throwback. That COVID
Well,
was
it also shows well,
6 years
this is gonna be
ago.
a terrible thing to say, but it's also gonna show you that maybe people who are getting COVID are probably unvaxxed are the same people who are buying Yankee candles, and that says something about
Similar demographics.
similar time I
Well,
we
and
heard
people who were so unaware that that was a symptom of having COVID, that you would lose taste and smell.
no. I'm as we know, I love a candle. I my house right
Mhm.
now, it's just everything about a candle. I light a candle, I'm instantly in a better mood. I love the ambiance, like the smell. But I have been a lot more aware of the ingredients and all the chemicals that like obviously like burn off and like the fragrance from these chemicals like into the home. So right now I have a bunch of ones from like Target burning, and I'm sure they're like not super eco-friendly. So but I will say that like the Yankee candles, like those types of scent are just so
The Bed
like all
Bath&
of
and
the
Beyond, I
yeah, I
can't
mean,
do it.
I used to worship Bed Bath& and
Of
Beyond, like
course, we all
Japanese
did.
cherry
Of
blossoms, the,
course.
French vanilla.
Yeah, but when you smell it now, you're like, "Oh, that's not a natural scent.
But then again, like,
That's
I don't
different."
like heavily scented things, like, we got really nice, like, Molton Brown hand soap, expensive, nice scented hand soap, and I'm like, "Oh, does this even clean your hands?" Because then you wash your hands with the scented soap, and then I'm cutting vegetables, and I'm transferring the
Yeah.
scent onto the vegetables. I'm like, "Get this
You
out of
just
here."
become so aware of it.
No.
You're like, what is this
Yeah.
touching and where else is it going?" Yeah,
No.
agreed.
Terrible. So,
I love a good, cinnamon and pine are my favorite candle scents. Very natural.
do you ever, like, simmer like, Craig will, like, simmer a pot of, like, raspberries, cranberries,
I don't I
like
don't do
cinnamon
that.
sticks.
Did you think I was gonna say I did that?
I
Does
don't
that
know,
seem
maybe.
I would love to smell that, but that's more effort than I put into good smells.
Sometimes you surprise me. I'm like,
I do, that's
"So"
true. Sometimes I have those random things that I do, but this is not one of them. But if Craig wants to come
okay.
over and make a
Do a
simmer pot,
simmer pot?
yeah,
No,
I would be
I just
happy
light
to.
my no, there's a Yankee candle for that.
Great. Here's another random thing I saw this week. So watching football, I saw the Broncos play, and they kept talking about one of the defensive players, Alex Singleton, who 3 weeks ago failed a random drug test. They found his testosterone levels were super high, and he panicked. He's like, I'm not on drugs. What's going on? And thought he was going to be, kicked off the team or have to sit out several games. And they sent him in for some follow-up appointments and stuff and found out that his testosterone level was high because he actually had testicular cancer. And they found it because of a random drug test on the team. So he ended up missing a game to get a lump removed, and he is back in the game and healthy now.
I did not see that, but the weekend was filled with
So much football.
football. Michigan, Ohio State,
Of course,
Michigan lost.
your team, of course.
I know,
Mhm.
my surrogate Big Ten team. It was the first time Ohio State has beat Michigan since 2019, I believe.
Wow.
And it was interesting because, like, after the game, all of the Michigan players gather around, like, the M because that's, like, their brand, right? And because a lot of the opposing players, like Ohio State, will come in and they'll, like, take a flag and, like, plant a flag, or they're, like they had, like, a belt, like, someone brought a belt, like, we're I don't know
Like a
what the
an
belt
old
was, like,
school,
we're
like, big
whipping
belt
you.
buckle Texas
Like,
style thing? Or like a
I don't know.
WWE style belt?
My brother said it was a WWE style belt. I thought it was more of, like, a leather belt, like we whipped you, like, I don't know. There's all of these very weird, like, lore of, like,
Yeah.
when rivalries and when you win and the disrespect you showed other teams, so, anyways, I was, like, seeped into that on Saturday, and yeah, it's a good football weekend.
It was a lot of fun.
Northwestern lost to Illinois. The Bears lost. The Bears been doing good, but we'll see what happens.
I'm officially eliminated from my family's fantasy football playoffs, which is fine
Okay.
because I anticipate being a little distracted in the coming weeks. So I
I'm
will.
doing it with you next year. For all this football talk, I feel like I'm,
Yeah,
like, all
it's
hype,
fun.
no ta like, I've literally never done fantasy football, which
It's
I'm
so fun.
ashamed to admit. I'm completely
It's
ashamed,
it's
which it's
it's that's
unacceptable.
surprising too.
I know, because it also gives you a reason to, like, really follow and become more
Exactly.
invested
It
in the
makes it more fun,
players,
and
the
then
teams. Yes.
it's more fun to watch all the different teams because you have someone on the Bills, someone on the
I know.
Eagles.
I know.
It's great.
Oh, it's been, but, like, I work has gotten so busy. Big stuff is
It's
finally kicking
coming.
into, like, high gear, so it's
Yeah.
been all of the planning for the Winter Games, but it's also I don't know, before even talking like this on LinkedIn, I've, like again, we've talked about this, I have such, like, a love-hate relationship with that platform,
Mhm.
mostly because of my own, like, roller coaster in terms of professional and jobs, and it is just a bloodbath out there in terms of layoffs,
Mhm.
and, like, Verizon laid off 13,000 people, there's a huge
It's happening in all
Omnicom-IPG
industries.
merger, HP it is just like yeah, so I was on LinkedIn looking at all that. So you get all these like juxtapositions between these crazy, incredible layoffs that are just impacting people globally, especially in the US. But then there's also a bunch of, I don't know if you feel like there's all these like new roles that are popping up that are really interesting. Um, so I just kind of always have to keep not blinders on, but I have to limit my LinkedIn time because it's important for networking and understanding what's happening, but it also can be triggering,
Yeah.
at least for me. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a platform that I don't use very often, but I get emails daily, multiple emails daily, about all of the media layoffs, all of the writers who are being let go, all of the outlets that are downsizing. It's happening across the board in so many industries. Today, I got an email about how Forbes is laying off contributing writers because they are leaning more towards AI content, which is just devastating. That just it's not comparable. You can't. That's
It's
not how that works.
No, no, no,
That's not
for,
how
like,
that
all the
works.
distribution, but it's like those traditional legacy platforms are folding, but then, like, a Substack so, like, there's been some really interesting big hires at Substack, like,
Mhm.
head of brand partnerships, head of sports partnerships, head of creators, because they're luring all of these niche writers and opinion writers and personalities to come over to the platform and, like, build. Like, we're back to blogging. Like, that's
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
it's blogging. We're back to
Yeah.
blogging and email newsletters. It's just what goes around.
And then it's a matter of figuring out how to do those effectively because the space is so hot and so saturated right now that
I
how do
know.
you stand out? How are
I
you're
know.
just another writer who started a Substack? It's tough.
Crazy. Another PSA is I finished The Beast in Me, which is on Netflix.
Haven't started
Claire
that one yet.
Danes,
Yeah.
Matthew Reese, 2 amazing, like, 2 favorites of mine. Matthew Reese, as you know,
Yes,
married to
we
Carrie
love him.
Russell,
Yep.
starred in The Americans. Oh, I have a visitor. Hello. Yeah, you can say hi. It's Stephanie.
Hi, Max.
You can say hi. I'm talking to Stephanie right now. We're doing a podcast. What do you need? Okay, we can go back out in the snow in a little bit. I have some work to do. By work, I mean record.
Very, very important.
But that was my PSA is how good it was it was messed up. I mean, it is he's a serial killer. I mean, I'm not ruining the plot because it's part
Yeah.
of the plot, but
Yeah. I've heard great things
yeah.
about that one and the one on Peacock about the kid getting kidnapped that I'm
Mm,
blanking on the name of.
I don't know that one.
I'm
I
gonna look
also
it
heard
up.
really good things about on Netflix, Catherine Bigelow. She directed Zero Dark 30
Yep.
and The Hurt
All Her
Locker.
Fault. All Her Fault is the one on Peacock that's supposed to be amazing.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Is anyone in it that I know?
Elle Fanning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, little throwback.
Fanning's best role was
No,
still
Dakota, one of the Fannings.
Dakota.
Which was the first? Which is the older sister?
Dakota. Elle?
That
I don't
I know now.
Dakota?
I think it's
Now I
Dakota. I
don't
think
know.
Dakota was first.
'Cause they've caught
Dakota,
up to each other.
I think, but Dakota was the one who was in. What was the one with Brittany Murphy?
Town Girls.
That was the one. Dakota. That was Dakota, the little child
I believe
actress.
so. And same with I was about to cite old school Denzel. What's the
Yeah, yeah,
Denzel?
yeah. Where she gets kidnapped all the time.
Yeah, in Mexico City.
Yeah, there were multiple of
That's
those.
great. Dakota.
I think it's Dakota.
Yeah. So finish that.
Great.
All her fault. Earmark that. Um, what else did I watch that was good? I don't know. That's the best one that I've watched consistently. So
Spencer keeps pushing. So we just rewatched all of Harry Potter. Great time of year to do that. Fantastic. He keeps pushing for me exclusive content, not something that he wants to watch. But anytime he's like, you should watch this by yourself. Champagne Problems with Minka Kelly.
oh, that's a good wellness
Solo.
cave
Yeah.
solo rolling out
Yeah.
stretching show.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I watched the other Minka Kelly show about the Cowboys with Josh Duhamel.
Yeah,
Remember, I
Josh
forget what it was
Duhamel.
even
Yeah.
called. Duhamel. I forget what it was even called, but it was like exactly that type of show.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Minka's
I love it.
scratching that itch right now. She's the perfect one for that. Yeah, we actually, so as soon as school canceled this morning, we bought tickets to see Zootopia 2. We were like, you know what, we got to get out of the house. We got to do something. So while I'm recording, Spencer and the kids are watching Zootopia 1 right now, catching up on the plot because you don't want to go into Zootopia 2 without a refresher of Zootopia 1.
Of course
And
not.
then this afternoon, we're going to go see Zootopia
Oh.
2 in theaters. And I'm sure it'll be just a bunch of families and kids who
What
also...
snacks are you going to bring?
I have to plan for that. I need to, because it has to be something good.
We've
There's
talked about this
also...
before. You plan with your little boxes.
I do.
and
I do
stuff.
my movie
Mhm.
snacks. But I'm also torn because there's a Five Guys right next to the movie theater.
Oh, you don't seem like a five guys gal.
I'm not. But when you're right there and they have Cajun fries and you kind of want to just kind of sit and have your Cajun fries and a little burger, like I'm debating whether it's a snack spread or I'm getting dinner for the kids to eat in the theater. That's where I'm torn.
You know,
It's tough.
I remember there's nothing more when you're pregnant, or I guess just in life in general, there is nothing more important than where is my next meal coming from? What
Yeah.
am I eating?
What
That's my
snacks are
entire
available to me?
Yes, it revolves entirely around snacks and food and treats and cravings and
Yeah.
this. And so I think that logic
My
makes
favorite
complete
thing that
sense.
we ate on Thanksgiving was the simplest, most straightforward thing, but for some reason it's just you never really make it. A baked brie with honey and red pepper flakes.
Mhm.
And we weren't sure how many people were coming, so we ended up buying 2 bries and we're planning just to return one. And when we got back to our house after our weekend in
Return? See,
Maryland,
you and my mom, who returns food? Like,
why would I
how is
not
this
return if I wasn't going to use it? It's not like I opened it.
like, my mom goes to Walmart and returns food all the time. I'm like, what do you mean you're returning food?
Yeah,
How
I
do
do
you
that.
return a brie?
That's not my dad he'll get like a pint of strawberries and eat half of them and then they'll start going moldy and he'll take
No.
those back. My dad's the king of
I
returning
mean, that
food.
is just, that's
Next level. That's varsity
not-
level returns. Yeah.
Give it throw it decomposes. Use it for compost. But where do you return your
I'm not
brie?
returning my brie is the point. It was so delicious that I was
Okay,
like, why
but
would we
you
return
would.
this? Let's just make another baked brie and enjoy it because it was
But
so
to be
good.
clear, you would
I
buy
would
food
have.
and return food. Would you buy 12 dozen eggs and be like, "Oh, I didn't end up using my eggs and I
No,
returned
it's
my eggs"?
so like canned goods. Like I have an extra canned cranberry and extra canned pumpkin that I
Why
didn't
would you
end up
return
using.
canned goods instead of just like donating them to a food pantry?
Sure, that's also a great idea.
Great. There's something
Returning food.
I can't. Like my family does it too, and I can't.
Or there's things like we went to the grocery store and got 1 pack of bacon. Then the next day went to Costco and my husband was like, let's just get the 4-pack from Costco. So I'm like, great. Then I don't need this singular pack of bacon that I just bought. So I will return that.
And like my mom
You
will
can't
also
get on board?
buy. Well, I don't know. Like my mom will buy bread to go to Jewel Osco in Chicago, buy a loaf of bread. Clearly, you can look at the expiration date. She brings it home 2 days later and has mold on it. And she'll bring it back and be like, "Oh, I bought this bread." It's like, well, you bought it, but you could have looked at the expiration date. I know I'm like not being a consumer advocate here. But here's what I will do. So while I will not return food, I will return did I
There's a
get
cat.
siren?
That was a
Oh
cat.
my gosh, I
And
thought it was
yeah.
like I heard like a siren.
Nope, just a
Wow.
cat behind me.
Like I bought a comforter and not I full price, and then I just saw it went on sale and it hasn't been delivered to me yet. So I emailed the company, was like, I saw that this comforter went on sale. It's like 50% off now. I paid full
Yeah, I'd
price.
like
Will
my
you
refund.
exchange the difference? And they say yes. So like I will always
Great.
do something like that.
Yeah.
But the food returning, I can't get
I
on
just
board,
so
sorry.
I typically return food if because I just don't wanna waste it. If I'm
Yeah,
like, it's just
okay.
gonna sit in my fridge and I'm not gonna eat it, it's not gonna be consumed, then yeah, I don't wanna waste it. But a food bank or something, especially this time of year, they're everywhere is taking donations and asking for donations. It's a great idea.
Okay. It's like if I went to a store, I'd wanna be disclosed, like, "This cheese has been returned. This cheese has been sitting in
There
someone's."
are some stores, like, they're
I will
like, Costco will be like, "I mean, you can return this, but we can't put it back on the shelf." What
yeah,
I don't even know what it is, like
that's their
a
problem.
bag of shredded cheese or something. I'm like, "I don't know."
Alright, well, on that note, I have a
Yeah.
kid who's like, "I need to go outside in the snow,"
I have a dog that needs to do that.
and I'm not gonna be able to have him go. I'm gonna say, "Go out and play in the snow by yourself," because I literally have 4.5 hours of meetings after we wrap this pod, but I'm glad we got it in.
We snuck it in. Go team.
Go
And
team.
we did our 30th podcast episode. And we got kicked off TikTok. We gotta figure that out.
I have no idea.
We'll figure that out offline.
Okay, bye. Cheers.
Cheers.